Hello, I'm Nathan Willey, an engineer with the Ames Public Works Department, and I'll be talking about the upcoming 13th Street reconstruction project that will be taking place from Wilson Avenue to Duff Avenue. And we're hoping to get this project ready for bid this late spring and early summer. This map here is a general overview of the project limits. As I stated before, we're looking to reconstruct 13th Street from Wilson Avenue to include a portion of Duff Avenue. This is a complete reconstruction, so the project will be tear out and replace of the existing street and some utility improvements and some sidewalk ramp improvements at the intersections. Since Ames Fire Station is located here just off of Burnett Avenue and 13th Street, this project will have to be split up into 4 different phases to maintain and provide access for emergency vehicles during the project. I'll get into more details of the phasing later on in this video. So for now, I'd just like to go through some of the project plan sheets just to kind of give you an idea of what's going to take place for this project. I've highlighted all of the water main reconstruction, and this project is blue. Storm sewer replacement in green, and in pink we have some sanitary sewer manholes that will be replaced. This sheet shows Wilson Avenue, and here's Clark Avenue, and then I'll continue on towards the east with continuing with the sheets. As you can see, all the gray here is replacing pavement. The street is going to be replaced back with the same width as it is currently. We're not widening the street. And the driveway approaches will be replaced as well along the street. At Clark Avenue, I just wanted to point out there's some wider sidewalk sections here. That's part of a bike facility route improvement and pedestrian beacon that will be installed as part of a separate project that will come after this one. But as part of this project, we're going to widen the sidewalks here. These are going to be special crossings for pedestrians and bike facilities, since Clark Avenue is a bike-friendly route here in the city of Ames. And as you can see, we're also putting in the new ramps, the ADA ramps at this intersection. Here's the next sheet. This continues on from the first one. So here's Burnett Avenue and the fire station here. Again, I'll get into the phasing, but we're going to split the phases at the fire station driveway. So the water main continues along the south side of the road. There's a little bit of storm sewer here at Burnett, and of course the sidewalk improvements at the intersection. Continuing on, we have Kellogg Avenue with water main continuing all the way down the project. Some water main north and south here at the intersection, and a little bit of storm sewer work. And of course some sanitary manholes as well. And this is the final block from Douglas to Duff Avenue. The water main continues and will connect into the existing water main up here. There's some storm sewer work here at Douglas and a couple of 3 sanitary sewer manholes as well. This entire sidewalk along the south side of 13th Street from Douglas to Duff will have to be replaced as part of this project, since the street does widen at Douglas. Between Douglas and Duff, we'll have to remove and replace that section of sidewalk. Other than that, all of the additional sidewalk throughout this project will remain in place apart from the ramp improvements at the intersections. As I stated before, the water main is going to be replaced. There's an existing water main currently along more towards the north side of 13th Street. With the construction of the new water main, shown here in blue, this black, shown in black here on this map, this water main will be abandoned. This map shows from Wilson to Clark Avenue, and these red highlighted parcels or homes are the ones that, according to our records, will have to have a water service transfer as part of this project, since we're changing water mains throughout the length of this project. So I'm going to go through each block, and if you live in one of these red highlighted parcels, then you will have to we'll have to do a water service transfer for you. And if you have any questions on that, you can contact me. So here's the next block from Clark to Burnett. Give a little bit of time for you to check that out. next one is from Burnett to Kellogg. Here's the block from Kellogg to Douglas. And finally, from Douglas to Duff. Again, these are just highlighting some of the properties that will need to have water service transfers as part of this project with the installation of the new water main. As I mentioned earlier, this project will have to be phased because of the Ames Fire Station and emergency vehicle access. There will be a total of 4 phases with this project to keep at least one lane of traffic each direction going throughout construction. The first phase will be the north half of this west half of the project, called Phase 1A. Phase 1B is the south half. Phase 2A will be the south half of the east half, and Phase 2B will be the north half of the east half of the project. It is a bit confusing to try to explain at this point, but basically we'll be tearing out Phase 1A, leaving traffic on 1B, and then flipping that over with tearing out 1B and then allowing traffic on 1A. And then the same on the east side with Phase 2A and 2B. Right now we anticipate starting this project as early as the fall of this year, but possibly going into spring and summer of next year, and then starting with this phase 1A and B, and then continuing on with Phase 2A and 2B after that, which would probably take place next summer and fall of 2021. Here is an example of one of the phases and what that will look like. For example, Phase 1A would be tearing out on the north side, we'd be tearing out the pavement. We'd be adding some temporary pavement on the existing in order to give us wide enough lanes for two-way traffic. We'd have channelizers delineating each lanes for safety, and also a chain link fence between the sidewalk and the temporary pavement so that pedestrians can continue to use that sidewalk safely. We'll also have chain link on the other side of the road as well. And this is generally the pattern to be followed for all phases throughout the project. Then going back to this phasing map, just wanted to cover a couple of items. When we have these phases shut down, we will have no access to side streets or alleys directly to 13th Street, and that is just for safety and congestion of traffic as it's flowing through. So we'll be shutting down the side streets along the section that's been closed off, just so we don't have turning traffic and congestion in those areas. You will still have access from the side streets to your homes, so we don't anticipate any interruption to mail or garbage service with this project. With that, I'd like to touch on just access to McFarland and Mary Greeley during the Phase 2 of this project. As I stated earlier, Kellogg and the alley here and other alleys will be closed off. However, we are going to keep the north main entrance open to customers of McFarland and Mary Greeley as long as possible during the project. When it comes time that we have to replace this intersection, we will open this northeast entrance temporarily until this one is ready to be reopened. So there'll be at least one entrance on the north side open at all times during this project. Other alternate routes into McFarland are from the east and from the west. And just as an FYI to those of you living in this neighborhood, truck traffic will need to be rerouted on the blue line and come in down Duff, turn at 9th Street, and then up Kellogg, because Kellogg Avenue will be closed at 13th Street. And they'll, of course, exit the same way that they came. Finally, this project was originally programmed to include on-street bike facilities. However, after following the guidance of our recently adopted Complete Streets Plan, it has been determined that alternate parallel routes should be utilized for bikes due to the relatively high vehicle volumes and speeds along 13th Street. Therefore, 16th Street from Northwestern Avenue to Meadow Lane Avenue has been selected as a parallel route to the north of 13th Street, while 9th Street from Northwestern Avenue to Maxwell Avenue has been selected as a parallel route to the south of 13th Street. This project will include signing both 16th and 9th Street as bicycle-friendly streets in conjunction with this project. Thank you again for taking the time to watch this video regarding the upcoming 13th Street reconstruction project from Wilson Avenue to Duff Avenue. If you have any questions or comments about this project, please contact me, Nate Willey, at 515-239-5436. If you have any questions regarding the bike facility routes, as part of this project, please contact Mark Ganson. Thank you.